Okay, so as I said, the market row is super busy. Over to the side, you see Qphelia standing outside of Qphelia's Oddities, and she's just staring Baltan down. If you would like to see.
I think I was warned about this lady, though.
Yeah, she's something.
Yeah, Qphelia is not to be trusted.
That's what
Marjorie told me.
Yeah, Philbus told you that.
Yeah.
So that's her. She's standing outside of her shop, just staring you down. And Marjorie, you notice this as well. You don't necessarily like Qphelia, Marjorie. You think that she's a bad influence, and you have no idea why the magistrate allows her to operate inside the town. Because she deals in enchanted and magic items. You feel like she doesn't need to be there, nor does her shop.
I'm just going to look the other way.
I'm going to say, hello, Qphelia.
She cackles and says, "Hello, Cleric Payne. How are you?"
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just wondering what vile things you've been up to recently.
Not vile, just explorative. Some of us have different things that we work on for the betterment of society. And she looks at Baltan and she says, "Isn't that right, wanderer?"
And I look at her, and then I just look away.
She spreads her arms wide and she says, "How about you all come in and take a look at my shop? I might have some things that you're interested in. If the fates guide me, then I know that I'll find the right thing for the right person."
Okay. And I'll go in.
All right. And you enter Qphelia's Oddities.
I'm going to ask Qphelia, what is the oddest thing that you got in stock right now?
Stepping inside of this place feels like stepping into another world. It's got narrow aisles winding through precarious stacks of books, jars, and unidentifiable substances. Faded baby dolls, rusted tools, bones of varying sizes, shelves bow underneath the weight of odd trinkets and strange baubles, while glass display cases house items that seem too mundane to be valued, like a shoe, and then a glove, and a monkey's paw. Yet each bears a handwritten tag with labels that say, "Possibly magical," or "cursed," or another label that says, "Definitely buzzes when held," or another label that says, "Smells like memories." The air is thick with the scent of incense, dust, and aged parchment as you follow her deeper into her labyrinth. Candles of varying sizes, color, flicker throughout, casting a warm but unsettling glow over chaos. A tattered purple rug leads to a cluttered counter where a small brass bell rests beside a bowl of oddly colored candles. Payment? Qphelia often offers to children behind the counter as a rickety staircase leads to the upper floor. I read that wrong. A bowl of oddly colored candles are the payment that she offers to children when they find odd things for her. In one corner, a cage houses a crow that caws at customers with oddly timed remarks, while a battered mannequin wears a cloak pinned with rusted spoons. Hidden among the debris, secret compartments and trapdoors are rumored to lead around to other storage areas where Qphelia keeps her special finds. She turns and whirls to you, and she says, "Ah, Mr. Cleric looking for the oddest thing. Of course, you're trying to entrap me. I know these laws.
I wouldn't dare have something so odd that would offend the sensibilities of a cleric. But what I do have,
And then all of a sudden you hear,
ah, time's too late. He's watching.
and she turns and she
Says, Stylish, please be quiet. I do have something that may interest you.
and she rummaged through the shelves of her oddities, and she finds a book, and she brings it to you, and she opens it up, and the pages are blank.
This book is said to be the empty pages from the original Codex of Thrones, but no one's been able to unlock its words.
Did anybody follow her in there, by the way?
I did.
Oh, I didn't even go into Qphelia's oddities.
Yeah, no, that's why I was just asking if anybody followed her in.
Yeah, I went in. I might as well. She keeps looking at me.
Okay. So she offered the book to you, Constantine.
All right. Tell me more about this book and what's so special about it.
It is supposedly the original extra pages from the Codex. When the Codex was written, the one that they have in Talmudun, in the main church, it was separated from these papers. These were the scratch papers. But it is said that there are hidden words that could be revealed.
She looks over at both and
I have something for you, too.
And I say, oh, what's that?
she reaches into her pocket and she pulls out a seed.
I have a feeling that you may need this.
And I say, how much is this?
And she closes her hand up and she looks at you and she says,
Well, you can pay me in multiple ways. I will take gold, obviously. Something as special as this seed. 30 gold should suffice. Or you can pay me in other ways.
Yeah, that seems kind of out of my price range for now. Maybe I can come back later.
she leans in.
Yes, do. Come back when we may have a proper conversation.
Her eyes kind of dart over to the cleric that is, to Marjorie that is examining the book. She places the seed back into her pocket. She leans into you. And Marjorie, roll perception, please. She leans into you and whispers in your ear and she says,
It could be the start of a grove.
and you heard her say that.
And ask her, what was that?
She smiles and she says, A grove of trees, obviously. This is a man that seems to be spending much time in a forest. He should be interested in trees, right?
Is she speaking to me or Baltan?
Yeah, she was responding to you.
Okay. Well, I heard you say that would be the start of growth.
A grove, Grove. And she explained that she was talking about a grove of trees.
Well, I was mostly interested about the book at this moment, and not
Yes,
the fact
yes. I tell you what, we can work out an arrangement if you would like. This book is very special. It would be in the neighborhood of 35 gold, of course. But since you're an honored cleric, I will give you a discount of about 10 gold. So let's call it 25.
Well, I'm still trying to find a use for this book. What exactly am I supposed to do with it?
It is a religious relic. I figured you would be interested.
It seems like a frivolous purchase. But alrighty.
Might I throw in a whispering jar to sweeten the deal?
Whispering jar.
Yes, you open it up, and it whispers to you.
Oh, why the heck not?
She grabs one of the whispering jars off the shelf and she puts it next to the book.
And she says, 25 gold, please.
Alright, and I hand her 25 gold.
Okay, she takes the gold and she wraps your little purchase up into a bag and then she gives it to you. Okay. As soon as the book comes in your possession, Cardenas, 1d100, please. Okay, so it's 23, and also Astral Sense, please. Okay, you can sense a connection to a new book, empty, filled with possibilities. It lies in the hands of a very familiar voice.
Okay. Familiar, like it's Marjorie's voice?
Yep.
Okay. And I know that it's familiar because I have my attention drawn to this party.
Correct. And you've had your attention drawn to her before as well.
Okay.
Okay, and that's it. The transaction is complete. Are you going to start leaving the store?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, Marjorie and Baltan are headed. Marjorie, are you leaving as well?
Yes.
Okay. On your way out, Baltan, she grabs you by your sleeve and she says,
Please come back and speak to me about this seed. We can work something out where the gold is not an issue.
And I say, we'll see. And then walk out.
okay. All right, the team that was headed to the forge. Okay, you enter the forge. It's burning hot. Once again, Kongor is back at the forge, hammering away. And Dora approaches the counter.
Americus! How did the rods work out, my bud?
Wonderful, thank you.
Did they come back damaged at all?
Not at all.
We didn't even use them.
Yeah, he used them. He confirmed that that grove is just full of the iron root with them. She reaches her hand out to take them from you, and she hands you your silver back. Your 3 silver.
And do the exchange.
Yep.
She says, so what can I help you boys with today?
Yes, I believe that the ranger here was looking for arrows, and I had a few items that you may be interested in purchasing simply for the raw material they possess.
Okay.
I have 2, and I'm going to pull out just 2 base daggers, place them on the table.
Okay.
I assumed that these could be melted down and their steel reused.
She picks up the dagger. She holds it in her hand like a soft caress. Metal's got a memory, you know. It remembers the fords, the hammer strike, the sweat of its maker. Treat it well, and it'll treat you well and kind. These daggers have some memories. I wouldn't dare break them down, but I'll be happy to take them off your hands.
Sure.
She looks them over and she says, I'll give you 9 silver piece each.
All right, that would do.
She hands over the silver and takes the daggers from your inventory. She looks over at Americus. Anything I can interest you in, my boy?
No, I'm just looking around right now.
Okay.
And I'm eating out of my rations as
Okay.
I'm walking through.
She looks at Thalion. What about you?
What's your arrow supply looking like?
Oh, we've got some great arrows. We sell in bundles.
How much do they cost? And how many arrows?
5 silver piece for 20 arrows.
So I'm going to give her a gold piece and say, I would like 4 bundles, please.
She takes the gold from you and she hands over 80 arrows.
God damn.
That's what I'm talking about.
Your quiver is overflowing, my friend. You're gonna have to put some in your backpack hanging out the edge.
Yeah.
He's got arrows on arrows on arrows on arrows. Make sure you're not over encumbering yourself.
That would be so funny.
When he
Got a
has
duffel bag of arrows, weighs 300 pounds. You just drag him behind him.
yeah. He gets a whole separate bag for it. Like
Wait up, boy, hang on.
it's a bag like the size of Americus. Just
Yeah, like a dead
Arrows.
hooker bag.
yeah. That's funny.
There's a pack mule.
Well, I can give it to Baltan if I'm
Yeah.
too heavy.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
She smiles and she looks over at Lucian, Americus, and Thalion, and she says,
Also, I wanted to let you know we do custom orders and everything else.
Really?
yes, we do.
You said doo-doo.
What custom orders of...
Anything your little heart desires.
Okay.
About this time, Baltan and Marjorie Payne walk in the door.
Ring, ring, ding, ding. Cleric Payne, it's great to see you. How may I help you?
All right. Well, what is the best piece of gear you got at the shop, vendor?
She grabs you by your hand and she goes, Something special for you. I think I have just the thing.
She takes you over and she takes you to a mannequin. And on this mannequin sits a chain shirt. And next to that mannequin, another one sits scale mail.
What makes it so special?
But of course, it's crafted by us, by the best hands in Tropica. It'll save your life, I promise.
I think I'm fine. I'll keep it in mind, though.
All right, well, be sure to come back.
All right, Thalion, Lucius, Baltan, and Americus roll perception.
So what's the name of the place we're in? Because I can't find it.
Oh,
The Forge.
yeah, the
It is the Ashbender Forge.
Americus got it, Baltan got it. Damn, everybody's here in this bitch. Well, she's pretty loud. Lucia, you're off in your own little world.
Yeah.
She leans over and whispers to Marjorie, and she says,
Don't forget the cleric discount. 10% on everything because you serve the city.
Thank you.
That's actually really good.
especially when you're buying the bigger ticket shit. Like if she wanted plate.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Chest plate was what I was looking at.
In the corner, Marjorie, you see some plate armor that is shiny, beautiful, and has the symbol of the 10 thrones on the breastplate. Okay, does anybody else need anything while you're here?
I can't afford a fucking thing.
Right? No, I don't need anything.
They're super expensive.
Yeah.
If you want to open that treasure bag, Lucian, you can.
Yes, I mean, I've been trying to.
Okay, sorry about that.
You're fine.
There are 43 gold pieces.
Okay, so everybody gets 7 gold and I get a little bit extra?
There's also a plain iron ring, a carved wooden holy symbol of the Throne of Endurance, worth 5 gold pieces. The iron ring is worth 2 gold pieces. And 1 minor healing vial.
Yeah, that's 50 gold pieces worth of stuff. 43 gold pieces and then 7 gold pieces worth of junk.
If you want to sell it to her, she'll take all of it.
Do any of you like this simple iron ring or this carved holy symbol of the Throne of Endurance as knickknacks? Otherwise, I think that we should return them in for a monetary value.
Sell it.
Well, Baltan doesn't want them.
I don't think anybody else wants them.
All right.
Okay,
You
sold.
take these goods.
Hand you extra 7 gold pieces.
All right, which brings the total to 50. Yeah. All right. Well, and I will hand each of our members eight gold pieces. I still need to do my daily tavern thing, right?
Yep.
Keep up a job. I mean, the hundreds of pounds of fresh meat should have bought me a.
Yep. I'm about to give you that as well.
Okay, you should have bought me at least some days off or something.
Yep. So, no, when you go into the tavern, is everybody going to the tavern with them? Or are y'all doing something different?
Yep.
I'm gonna go snoop around.
Okay.
Try to find out about homegirl.
Okay, where are you going to snoop at? What part of town? Do you have an idea yet?
I'm gonna go to the slummy slums. That's where we are, huh?
Slums are back up here in the top left. But, okay, yeah, I can put you there. And that's a good place for a rumor mill.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me investigate, and then I will continue with this tavern scene, and we'll go forward. And I'll come back to you.
Show me things, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, you got a good roll. All right. I'll give you one of her secrets off of that. Okay. Let me go into the Taveroni so we can wrap this part up, and I'll close with Americus. All right, you approach the bar. Thilba says, Lucian, my boy, happy to see you. Cleric Payne and Baltan, welcome back. I have your payment for the delicious meat of the boar that you brought to me. Here you go.
Thank you, Thilbis. I hope that the meat provided could sustain the tavern for at least a few months.
Okay. He hands you... I'm just going to round it up. He hands you 100 gold.
Thank you, Thilbis. I hope that the boar is a nice treat for the customers, something different than rat meat and the small amount of venison you're able to obtain.
It is, my boy. I am designing something brand new. Such delicious dishes will come of this, I promise you. Thilbis will create wonderful dishes. You will all get one for free when I am done. I must go to the kitchen and cook now. Lucian, are you going to play us a song? Something happened to Elgas earlier. Thelma threw things at him, made him fall. He broke his lute.
Well, that is probably for the best. He was a terrible lute player.
He is a nice boy, though.
Yes, but his instrument of choice is not proficient with. Maybe a nice triangle symbol or something.
Maybe he could play this. All right. Anything this group, Thalion, Lucian, Marjorie, or Baltan need to do?
No, just eat.
Okay.
Yeah, eat and take a shower, clean myself up.
Okay, he is going to go cook y'all a nice boar meal from the boar meat. So your meals will be taken care of from that. And let's see here. Yeah, shower and all that kind of good stuff. Anything y'all want to set for offline actions?
I want to study my book, my College of Swords.
Okay, gotcha.
I'll go ahead and work the bar.
Okay. Marjorie?
I'll try to figure out that super expensive book I buy.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, Americus, with your investigation, you're asking around the seedy part of town. You're starting to ask around questions about your aunt. A lot of people know a lot of things about your aunt. There's not a lot of good things said about her. She's like a huge bitch. That's number one thing that's always said. She's super greedy. And there's some outlandish, crazy things said about her that, like, she's involved with cults or she hides things around the city, right? So a couple of rumors pop up that she has been involved in legal issues in the city. And she's not here just because of the death of Harold or of the death of your parents. She's also here to escape some legal troubles that she had back in Talmadun. This seems very viable, and it has to do with her not paying taxes to the church, tithes to the church. If you would like, you can roll insight upon that. Oh, nice. Okay, you hear that there's a ledger that is kept between the tax assessors, right? That actually repeats in directions from Talmadun to all the tax assessors, so they can keep track of tax debts, right? And it leads you to needing to speak to Jorvin Draymore, the tax assessor here in the city, right over here, this guy, and he would have the exact details of her tax case that she's trying to get away from.
I'm gonna go buddy up with the tax man.
Okay. And that will be your offline activities, talking to him, and you will get to know him. Oh, nicey. And I'll unlock his stuff for you in a second. Okay, final closing.
I'm the only little people there. That's right. Never mind.
Yeah. Final closing. And we're going to go back into the Tropica Taproni. As everybody's starting to celebrate, Lucian starts to take the stage. Lucian begins to play a melody. Thalion, deep in your soul, a melody sways you. You feel the call of the forest. Something primal deep within you starts to awaken. You feel a draw to the forest. You feel as though you're closed in and trapped inside of this bar.
I leave the bar.
Okay. You emerge on the streets of Tropica. When you're out on the streets... Damn it. I accidentally deleted your icon. Come on, load. Aren't you? Okay. You emerge from the bar. Out on the streets, you look around. You feel panicked with all the people running around. You feel as though that you need to go to a place of peace and get out of the city. It feels like it's crushing your soul.
I return to my camp.
You start heading out of the city, and the further away you get from it, the better you feel. You start to feel the need to run.
And I run.
You start running. Your heart starts pounding. You get into the forest, towards your camp. The moisture of the trees and the forest feels good upon your skin. You feel one with nature. You feel excited. And I need you to roll 1d20.
20.
Oh, nice. All right. You end up in a small clearing. Wow, you got actually a really good one. You end up in a small clearing. And in this clearing, you see a tree. Roll perception.
7.
Okay. This tree looks like it has no leaves on it whatsoever. It's just in the middle of this clearing. Your heart is pounding. Your body is covered in sweat. Your clothes feel very hot. You feel drawn to the tree.
Yeah, I approach the tree.
You approach the tree. The sun is behind the tree. And there are rays of light coming through it. And as you approach the tree, you notice it's not a tree. It turns sideways. All the branches move. It is a giant elk. And his rack strands up into the sky. He was standing perfectly still, and from a distance he looked like a giant tree. But he is not. He is an elk. His eyes meet yours. You feel a kinship with him.
Sick.
And we will provide more of your bonding when we come back. Americus, are you going to keep gathering information, or just buddy up with him, or just try to work the taxman?
So, really what I'll do is I want to find out information on him and find out if there's anybody close to him that I can get close to.
Okay, I got you. Understood. So you're going to collect information about him.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Maybe I can find something where I can, have some leverage against him to fucking drop his case or whatever.
Okay, gotcha. Ooh, that's an interesting play. I thought you were just going to blackmail her, but
that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
I want to blackmail him to drop the case so it's in my pocket.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I was saying that's an interesting play. That's a good take on that. I like that. All right, guys. Good run.
Hell yeah.
Alright.
We got some more interesting options here.
Mm-hmm. Have a good night, Baltan. Have a good night, Constantine.
There you
Everybody.
Catch you guys next week.
All right.
See you later.
See y'all then.
Later.
Later.